Greetings fellow mammals. As announced, today we are analyzing the DXR-1, which is a sniper rifle you unlock once you reach level 24. My updated loadout looks like this. I know some of you that are long-time acquaintances with my scribbles might be a bit irritated by that, but I will explain in a second. What I also hopefully will be able to explain is why this gun has a spot in S tier. And in order to start that explanation, we of course have to look at the charts again. You all love the charts, right? Here you go. Another instance of only having two ammo types. And of course it is standard and high power. What else? Now if we look at that, we might assume holy shit, high power is awful. In fact those both look awful. Calm down, let me remind you, this is a sniper. We get a 3x headshot multiplier. The goal is to hit the head, and if you do so, the time to kill is quite literally 0 milliseconds. So these lines here only become relevant if you hit the body, because then you have to hit twice. As you can see, neither 1.5 seconds nor 2 seconds is particularly fast. So I would argue if you hit the body, you better be so far away they can't do anything about it, or you get out your sidearm. That means we can actually focus on the interesting stuff now. Since both ammo types are for headshotting and do so at any range, and by the way also with the suppressors, we will get to in a second, the really important number we should be focusing on is the bullet velocity. The faster the bullet reaches the target, the easier it is to hit it. High power obviously has the faster bullet velocity compared to standard, but I want to note that standard's velocity is already very high, and that feels good to work with from the start. The bonus with high power is still nice, but not really necessary to make it feel good. A whole lot of talk, but still no decision here. What are we picking? Well, here is where I made some adjustments compared to the past. Let's add the one barrel attachment we get that changes things before we move on to the loadout itself, the long barrel. This is, just like with the SWS, again another buggy one, meaning it is locked to a rate of fire of 28. So standard comes with 40 RPM and drops to 28 with this barrel, and high power comes with 30 RPM and also drops to 28 with this barrel. That means standard loses all upsides apart from magazine size if we do this, so I would not recommend using the long barrel with standard ammo. I have found that standard's velocity is fine as it is, and since the damage is high enough, we can combine it with the 6KU suppressor so we don't lose any of that velocity. That way we have a stealthy, high velocity sniper with a 12 round magazine. Very enjoyable. And if you engage in some really long range fights or want to counter some other sniper on some distant rooftop, then you switch to high power ammo and combine that with the long barrel. And in the last slot for the ammo, you put the rest of standard. I would not run the high power barrel combo as default anymore after trying this other setup. The cycle rate is just too damn slow for me. It feels like a handicap of sorts, and the difference in velocity, even though it is objectively there, it's not big enough to make it feel bad yet. But should you struggle with exactly that, you can still just switch these around. Okay, what else for the barrels? Or is that it? Well, yeah, basically. Nothing else here makes any sense. Muzzles, as stated multiple times in other videos, do not do anything on snipers, and we don't need another suppressor. So we can just leave it at that. What about the underbarrels? Well, there aren't any. You get this glued on bipod and that's it. Not bad, not great, fine, I guess. I would prefer other attachments of course, but it is what it is. Now for the scopes, I have a slightly different setup than usual. Because this is the long range sniper, we don't really need anything for up close. With my standard plus suppressor setup, I still like to run my trusted 6x scope. I just think it's one of the cleanest looking ones, and I like this level of zoom for most encounters. Then the 6x thermal to help with acquisition, and last but not least for the high power long barrel combo, the 10x sight. I prefer this one over the 12x because the reticle is visually a bit cleaner in my opinion. But as always, scopes are a matter of taste. This is just my personal preference. That's it already for the loadout. Now how is this S tier? Can't be because of the attachments, that's for sure. Well, yes, it's because of what this gun wants to do and how good it is at doing just that. It wants to be a long-range sniper, and it excels at just that. Great damage, basically infinite range, high velocity, all the scopes you could want, a fixed bipod, actually a damage model that allows you to use the 6KU suppressor. That doesn't happen a lot, so thank you guys. I'm sure that was intentional. Wink wink. It looks cool, it sounds good, it does what it is supposed to do. What else can I say? If you want to snipe from far away, this is it. And actually, since quick scoping is a thing in this game, if you pair this up with any decent sidearm, you can also just go for the body shot, switch to sidearm to finish off gameplay combo. Works pretty well too. I see no reason why this wouldn't be S tier anymore, and therefore it will obviously remain up there. That's it for today. Leave a like if this was insightful, subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, and activate the bell if you don't want to miss the next episodes. Although I did enjoy recording this episode, I am much more hyped for the next one because I can finally just use my personal favorite weapon. It's gonna be a blast recording clips for that one, and I will need that boost to get through the revolver episode right after that one. Until then, I will see you on the battlefield. Zorro out.